businessy question. I know that there is a program in Coach Training EDU that helps people with their life's work and sometimes business structures and systems. This question is around professional liability insurance. So what are your thoughts on this, John? Do coaches need some type of professional liability insurance?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And it's a good idea whenever you're starting a business to connect with a lawyer in the state. If you're in the United States, it's more. My understanding of it is that it's more state by state, and it's not. You have to do your own homework and find a lawyer and an accountant and figure out what business legal structure you want to put in place, what kind of release forms you need to have in place. This is just general good business practice to do. And then what I do is every 2 or 3 years, I connect with, I have a friend who looks at it again, just does an overall check. And that is best practice. So I don't have any, I'm not a lawyer. I can't give specific advice on this. Like, hey, put this in your contract. Don't put this in your contract. But I do think it is useful to speak to a lawyer. They will know what kind of legal business structures you need to create that can mitigate risk. That's an important part of it. And then with the insurance part of it, I know that the ICF has had in the past a partnership with an organization that does that kind of work. Remember the name of it? Was it? I forget which company it is. It's on the International Coach Federation website. They have an insurance organization they work with.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it can also depend the clients that you're working with. So for me, when I'm working with corporate organizations, and especially in the US, you have agreement, you have to sign confidentiality and non-disclosure and all of those things as well. And they requested of me, because I do some in-person events as well, both professional liability and general liability. So some things to think about in terms of, if you have a contract with an organization, what does that say? For me, I always make sure the coaching agreement, I don't start a coaching session with someone until a coaching agreement is signed. And I use you can use DocuSign, I use HelloSign, make sure it's legally binding. Those kinds of things help. I have a membership to Law Depot. So you can get legally binding contracts from there and then put them in an app as well. So just some resources and things that you can use. And having an LLC protects you, so that business structure. But I think it's really important, isn't it, to you protect yourself and work within ethics as well.
Yeah, you got to do your homework. It's not enough to be a sole proprietor and have nothing there. I think that's not enough. And it's not hard once you get into it. It's quite fun too. And I would look at it as the perspective of just a series of firsts. Like, yay, this is my first coaching business. This is my first this and that. Like a baby, like taking their first steps, or their first time they ride a bike, or swing on a swing without the little guardrails, So all those things.
And if anyone's looking for templates, if you are a coach in Coach Training EDU, I know there's some sample templates in portals, and there's sample templates at the ICF. Mm-hmm. And if you are in the US, I use Hiscox. They're great for training and educational or coaches as well. If you want to check that out, just thought I'd share that, because I spent a long time finding someone. So Hiscox is good if you want to check that out.